Hello. Good evening. I wrinkled my fabric already. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He did a little bit of prep work. But we're working on a quilt as you go table runner. And tonight I have our starring fabric is the Buffalo Bills. And I don't know where it is. Alright, what we're doing. Quilt as you go, Venice table runner. We're making one of these tonight. We're gonna make this. It is basically, this is the coolest thing because it is basically sew by number. These are on sale at the shop online for $18.99. So if you need one of those, and we are making it with bills because a lot of people like that. So the fun thing, let me see if I can get you in here. So on this batting that you get in your quilt kit, hi guys, you get a pre-printed batting, and I already prepped the back of the quilt. So you stick I spray basted using some 505 spray to the back, pressed it really well, and then spray basted the backing to the table runner. And then we're going to place our first piece. I'm going to find my scissors here. See what we've got going on. You know, when you work in this little tiny space, things get buried, I'm not going to lie. So the difference between this and paper piecing, which I really love, is that you don't actually sew on the line. So I did like a hole punch here so you can kind of see. So you're going to line up your fabric with these lines, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch from them, which is a little bit different if you are a paper piecer like me. So it took me a minute to get used to that. So I'm going to just kind of stick that down there. And then we're going to start with our little piece of Bill's fabric. I want all of the bills to go in one direction. So I'm making sure that they're all facing the same way. So you can use a directional fabric in this, which is kind of cool. Maybe I'm not allowed to say that. This is actually licensed fabric, so. We sell this too. The tricky part sometimes on the quilt as you go is finding your 1/4 inch. So you just kind of have to mark your presser foot. On your presser foot, you have to kind of know where the center is. If you stop by, say hi. Let me know I'm not talking to myself. I appreciate that. And I know that on mine, the edge of my J foot, the center of the left side, I'm going to show you. So up here, so I put my foot in here, and I can see my center line on the edge. That is my 1/4 inch foot on, or 1/4 inch on that side. And then the other side is kind of a little harder to see. But a 1/4 inch is kind of right in the center of this metal piece. So we're going to remember that so that I don't have to whip the table runner like around all the time. I can just mark where my pieces are. And we're going to just get started. Look at that. See if my girl wants to behave today. Let me tell you, I love this machine. She is fabulous. It makes me happy. So if you're just stopping by, we're learning how to do a quilt as you go table runner. Now I made one of these out of my scrap bin, but I really liked it, and so we're making it the Venice table runner. We have some of these left at the shop, and you can grab it online or give us a call and we'll get one out to you. And we're making this one with the Bill's fabric. I'm just giving a little quick press. And so when you do a quilt as you go, or this particular quilt as you go, the batting is printed with your lines and it tells you which number you're stitching on. 1, 2, 3, we're on piece 3. And the really cool thing about it is it's all lined up. So if you can kind of color in the lines, you can kind of do it. I'm feeling rather lonely, so if you stop by, please say hi, because I love talking to myself. I do it quite often, but it's more fun with friends. And then you can laugh at me, honestly, because that's fun too. I did have to unsew a little bit. Don't tell anybody. My machine was being persnickety. She needed to get cleaned. So we cleaned her up. And she's much happier now. I like to backstitch, and you know, sometimes no matter what machine you have, when you backstitch, the tail gets caught. And you can't really go under it and like clean it up. So I don't want to sew it in anymore, so I'm going to trim it. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to do it again. I was like going in a nice little rhythm here with this one the other day, and I realized that my bobbin thread was the wrong color, and it looked dorky, and so we had to unsew a little bit. It was never fun. Hi! Thanks, Joy. It's always fun. We're going to do this Bill's table runner. I fixed the back. Hi, Wendy. Haven't seen you around in a bit. It's good to see you. Is it warmer there than here? We had snow this week. Can you believe that? Snow. There was white stuff on my car. I was not a fan. And I know that it snows sometimes in May. But man, oh man. So this has got a braid down the center, and it goes pretty fast once you get like in the groove. You just kind of fold your fabric back along the line. I have a little pair of snips because that way I can get it in that fold. You kind of just snip it, and you're done. And then we're going to come down here because this is the bottom part. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of room in case I'm wonky later. I was going to do white, blue, red because I didn't want to start with a red for some reason. I just didn't feel, I wasn't feeling it. So you have to be really careful with your sharp scissors when you're doing the quilt as you go because you can cut your piece underneath, so you really got to be careful. Ask me how I know that. Because last time I cut the piece underneath it. It was rough. Now we're going to do red. No snow. It's cold. It was cold. Hi, Lisa. We don't like the cold. Cold is no fun. I've decided. I'm over that already. Over it. Oh, I wanted to check my seams there. Oh, look, it's doing much better. Gonna trim my little tails because they'll get caught in the next round, and that's no fun. No matter how good your scissors are on your machine, it never gets it like close, and then you stitch over it and it kind of gets dragged in there, which is no good. There we go. goal is to see if we can get this done this time. I made a really fun wreath. What are you guys working on tonight? What projects have you been working on, Wendy? Look at how fun that's going to be. I'm so excited. Maybe it'll look good on my table. My husband will like it. I wanted to do a red, white, and blue one because it is the anniversary of our country this year. So I was like, okay, we should do a red, white, and blue one. And then I found the Bills fabric and I was like, red, white, and blue. And we make the sports teams happy. I am in no way pretending to be a football fan. I am not. My husband is. So we're just going to say I'm making it for him. I priced this out to kit it, and I think it came out to like, I think it was like $49 by the time you were done. But I think that the fabric requirements were a little steep. So we're going to see where I end up. There is a half a yard on the backing. So that is like a big portion. But I think the rest of it's all quarter yards. It's kind of cool. What are you working on tonight? You got a hoodie towel? I think I might need to, oh, the baby towels, like the bath towel. Those are fun. Lisa, what are you working on tonight? Probably shouldn't iron on here. I need one of those, like, I need a wool mat for my extension table. I know I need one of those seam rollers that came in yesterday. Did you guys watch the reel this morning? Oh my gosh, honest to goodness. I woke up at, Lisa and I searched the whole store yesterday for this box that supposedly was delivered, and I was like, it didn't come. It didn't come. Nope, sure didn't. Just kidding. Was not the truth. And guess what? It actually came. It was hiding in disguise. My rep at that company must think that I'm crazy. You're sick? Yeah, Shrita, I'm sorry. I was going to call you today, too. I'm glad I didn't interrupt your napping if you were napping, because that would be bad. Okay, so see, we've got a nice start there. I think I want to do the Bills fabric in the center. So we're going to probably do white, blue, and red, and then bind it with a blue. That's what I think. I'm sorry you're sick. That's no fun. Being sick stinks. Note to self, on white material, don't sew it on wrong side. This one's tricky. Very tricky. Very, very tricky. Okay. So whenever I push this over, we're just kind of finger pressing it a little bit, and then we fold it back to the fold line. So I don't know if you can really see here. I'm folding it back to that, just about that fold line, and then trimming the fabric so it's at the fold line. So the line on the batting for the Quilt As You Go is the edge line, and then you sew a 1/4 inch in. Oh, yay! Maybe we can see you, Wendy. You have to come and see what we've done with the place. We've, of course, changed the store around 3 different times. Pat did a lot of rearranging today just for fun, actually because we needed to find a place for the 40 bolts of Moda fabric that came in. That was bananas. Seriously. 40 bolts. Like, what was I thinking? But they're super cute. Not really my flavor, but Donna P-Tech likes them. This white on white stuff is tricky. You have a tip for knowing the difference between one side and the other when it's white on white? Because sometimes you can't tell. Okay, well, you guys might be able to, but I can't. At least I can see tonight. Yesterday I couldn't see for anything. Only 3? Yeah, no, you're right. Probably like 12 or 20. 50. Fine, every day. I'll admit it. All of the Kansas Troubles found a home. There is a stack in the middle of the store that has no home, so somebody can come buy it. The sale corner might be a little overflowing. So if you haven't checked that out lately, you might want to go check that out. And if you're a crocheter, you really might want to go check that out because there's some things in there. We put some new stuff in there today. Some more that needs to go in there. So we're doing things. And, oh yeah, back to the Bill's fabric. Look. Getting there. So, goodbye, my. Well, you know, Wendy, we ship. We do ship. How long are you going to be visiting us? Where's my... Let's see. Okay, so we've got... Look at that. That looks sharp. I like it. This is Dry Brush by Wilmington. I think by Wilmington Prints. It is a really nice white on white. It's a bright white and it's got a nice texture to it, and it doesn't look like some of them aren't white, and the bills are white, so you gotta mix them with white. Yesterday, the Riley Blake guy came. That was only yesterday? Oh my gosh, that was like 3 days ago. Yesterday, the Riley Blake guy came. I got to pick out new fabric for the store. Oh my goodness, only 2 or 3 days? Well, hopefully you get to stop in and say hi, even if it's just for a few minutes. So the Riley Blake guy came, and I'm ordering fabric for October, November, December. Like, that's so far away, and I don't want to think about winter right now. I just don't. We just finished. Like, it's barely even out of our system. And so he came in, and there was the cutest strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. Who remembers strawberry shortcake when they were little? This girl It is adorable. And I can't even wait. I can't even wait. It's so cute. So, if strawberry shortcake is in your memory, then come. Oh, look at Wendy sent me a picture of her towel. Oh, look at you. That's so cute with the plaid. Oh, I love it. That is super cute. You know who hasn't stopped by is Lori. We should invite her. Let's go see, because Lori usually comes and sees us. There she is. Lori's in a photo. Oh, Lori found a really great pattern for the Kansas Troubles that went out today. So if you guys can, have to share that. I got to find who it's by first, because, you know, just so you know, we are dog sitting and there's a dog everywhere. There's dog hair everywhere. It's everywhere. Everywhere. So, sharing, we're sharing. And then we're going to Lori. I don't have her cell phone, so we're going to do this. Because she always comes and says hi to me. Hi, Pat! We're making a Bill's Table Runner. Quilt as you go, so it's really no-brainer, and we can talk and chat while we're stitching. It's the Venice Table Runner. We have them on our website. I know, I can't wait to see you, Wendy. It'll be so fun. I love it. Too bad I don't have a show we can go hang out at. Not yet. That's the next weekend. Or the next week, yeah. Like, I think the 15th, 16th, and 17th is the Genesee Valley Quilt Show. And that's a big one. That'll be fun. This one's not quite laying the way I want, so we're just going to zap her a little with some heat. So she's, there we go. Hi, Lori. I didn't even see what you got. Oh, you were doing boring sewing last night. Not fun at all. No, that's not fun at all. I had a lady come in today and ask me how to darn. I don't know how to darn. I should have called my friend Katrina, because she might know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. It is not something. I honestly almost didn't know what she was talking about. And then I remembered, I think that's what you do to socks or something. And then we spent an hour learning how to crochet, which was fun, and we laughed. So hopefully she comes back and I didn't scare her away with my poor teaching abilities. Oh my gosh. That was funny. But if she does well and she comes back, maybe we'll have another crocheter around, which would be cool, because, you know, there needs to be more people who know how to crochet. I didn't see that. We were trying to find the missing box. Lisa and I were trying to find the missing box. We did find it. Well, I found it this morning in my dreams. That was crazy. To be fair, it said batting. It really did. If you haven't seen that story, you gotta go find the video, because it was funny. I was like, what is happening right now? What is happening? So there's like 12 more projects on my, I can't even. I just need a week to sew. That's what I've decided. I love that chenille quilt that we did last week so much that I brought home another one. It's called, I didn't bring the pattern. It's a chevron. It's zippity something. And we showed it last week, and I brought it home to try. And I forgot the pattern, so that's why we're working on this instead, because sometimes you can't remember everything anymore. And so we are just doing this. This is, I mean, we're going pretty fast for talking and working. I did prep the back before we started tonight, so, but that's because it needs the big ironing table. White, blue, red. White, blue, red. White, blue, red. White, blue, red. And I picked really fun colors. And we're gonna do, he darns his socks, Lori? Does he buy like the expensive ones, the wool ones, or does he knit his own socks? I mean, I figure if I spent the time to knit a sock, maybe I would darn it. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I never got into knitting socks. First of all, I can't make two of anything. It will never be the same size. I don't care what they say. It will never, ever be the same size. Ever. So much never. So I can't do it. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. It's nope. Mm-mm. And second, that's a lot of work for something I wear on my feet. And then I have to hand wash most of them, or do special washing, which I do more now with my clothes. I'm much more careful with my clothes, especially the ones I spend a lot of money on so that I can have them forever. But do you hand wash your clothes? I hang everything to dry, almost everything, except for hoodies, and that's just because most of my hoodies are like 1,000 years old. But this one's my favorite one. It's the redwoods. It's my favorite because I got to go and see the big trees. And if you have not been there, it needs to be on your bucket list because you have never seen anything more amazing than that. It's super cool. Next week, I want to, I had another project I was going to tell you. I'll have to remember it and I'll post it later. No way. Nope. On my feet. I'm going to darn my socks. Nope. I think the only thing that I've ever made that I actually still have knitting-wise is a hat. And it was not perfect by any means. And then I think I have, nope, I have a hat. I have a hat. I would like to do a lot of things, but they require time. Maybe I'll take one with me when I go to Alaska. Because I think that there's going to be times where I'm sitting there watching my husband fish. All right, where'd y'all go? Look at what we're making. Go, go. It's so pretty. Ah, that's going to look cool. That's going to look really cool. So I have this roller somewhere that you can roll your seam instead of ironing it. And then I think that might be a good idea. Keep the seams nice and flat while you're doing this. Okay, look at us go. So what projects would you like to see on here? Anything? I think that I need to do an English paper piecing one because some people have asked me how to do that and why it's so fun, because I love that. Yeah, I understand that, Wendy. Definitely everything is too hot. But you've been down there, so is that because it's warmer there or just, being a woman that sucks? Not gonna lie, that's not my favorite. Excuse me. Okay. This is the right side. We're not gonna mess up. We're not gonna mess up. We're not gonna sew one of these pieces in wrong. I've done that. I have. Before I started, I marked where the 1/4 inch was on the right and left side of my presser foot so that I didn't have to. Um, okay. Lori, you want to see English paper piecing? Oh, your comment cut off. Oh, I love the stuff that's variegated in stripes. It's like a mathematical craziness. Especially when you do it a certain way and it stripes. Have you seen the ones that do plaid? What is it called? Lisa, what was that called? When you do the yarn and it was made a different pattern. Excuse me. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. I can't. Yes, ma'am. I can do English paper piecing, Lori. We can try that next week. I actually have a little project I wanted to do as a class so we can make the sample. Texted Lisa about it. I said, do you know how to do this? I texted my friend Katrina too, and I said, do you know how to do this? Do you know what this is? It's when the yarn makes like a plaid, and there's certain like a number of stitches that you have to do to make it work. That is going to bother me all night. And now I'm going to wake up at 3 in the morning and go, oh my gosh, this is what it is. I think that a woman being almost in her 50s is, her brain just goes out the window. Gone. It's not necessary. I don't need it. Overrated. Okay, so we're halfway through. I'm about halfway through. Go team. Go team. Nobody answered me about how to make sure I put this on the right way. I really would like the dog hair to not be everywhere. I know it's not exactly halfway through, but let's not be unrealistic here. We're being optimistic today. Did y'all see Donna? She came to the Facebook Live this morning, Coffee with Creekside. She was looking very lovely. What's the difference between English paper piecing and regular paper piecing? Okay, so English paper piecing is when you hand sew and you cut out your fabric and wrap it around. Traditionally, it was the hexies. So, all the little hexie quilts and that kind of stuff. That is English paper piecing. Foundation paper piecing is when you are stitching on paper and do I have a piece of it here? I probably have like 12 of them. Hold on. Where'd it go? It is in there. Okay. So this one is English paper piecing. And I don't know where my other one went. So this is English paper piecing. So this is done with paper these are little paper templates, and I will remove them once I put the borders on. And this was all sewn by hand. And then foundation paper piecing is when you sew on paper. Like this is a piece. These are stupid small, not usually where you would start. But, why are you being silly? Oh, she's being silly. Oh, it thinks it needs to follow me. Okay, so foundation paper piecing is on paper. And I had a project I was working on, and I don't know where it went. But here's another English paper piecing one. This is my very first one, so it's kind of traveled a bit. Focus. And then you put your little pieces in here and you sew it by hand. And it takes, I mean, it doesn't take that long. Once you get the hang of it, excuse me. Goodness. It doesn't take that long. And I really enjoy the precision of both English paper piecing and foundation, paper piecing. And hiccups. So when you're at the store and you look on the wall by the ironing board, the little gnomes are foundation, paper piece. I have the hiccups, y'all. And I have really great hiccups that my whole family laughs at me when I have the hiccups. So don't judge me. Go ahead, they are. Oh, that one's too short. Oh. Ugh. Da, 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 da. Oh, I cut these I cut these pieces into about 2 3/4. You could probably get away with 2.5 if your 1/4 inch seam was dead on. Excuse me. To watch Stephanie sew while she has the hiccups. Y'all can laugh all you want. If I keep talking, maybe I won't make the loud hiccup noises. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, you should. This summer you can come and English paper piece with me on the deck because it's way more fun to sew outside in the summertime. Who's laughing at me? Somebody's laughing at me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No more. No, no more. Look at that. That was great. The logo is right in the middle of the thing. I have a foundation paper piecing book that talks about creating your own patterns. Paper piecing and design. A quilter's guide with instructions on how to make your own. I would love to make my own. We'll see. We also have a new product coming to the shop. Stick and stitch designs. I got my first set. My daughter drew them. And so they are exclusive to our shop, which is super fun. And I'm going to play with that embroidery book that I showed the other day. And show you guys some of the stitches we can do to make it fun. This is super cute. Look at that. Look at the dragonfly. How fun is that? Super fun. So that'll be coming up soon. I just have to figure out how to get them to print onto what I want them to print on. And I took my computer to work today with the intent to do that, and I'm a little sidetracked with finding a home for all of the things, so. Oh, everybody left us. That's okay. Look at that. Surprised my kids aren't on here saying, that one, I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. My son, he is a diehard Bills fan. He rivals maybe only my mother-in-law. She is a diehard Bills fan. Look at that. So far, we've got the braid done. Look at that. That's super fun. And we are on piece 16, and there's only 30, so we're over halfway done. That is exciting to me. And then the long strips are super easy, so once we get the braid done, there's 2, 4, 6 seams and the binding, and you're done. And like, it looks like it took you forever, and it'll maybe take us 2 hours start to finish, to be honest. Could speed it up and watch it in fast motion if you are catching us on the replay. Look at that. What kind of things, or what kind of patterns do you have, Lori? And when we're done buying, or like when we're all done here, it's all done. Like you don't have to quilt it, you just have to bind it and call it a day, which is great. I was quilting on the long arm today, and I was working on this beautiful black and white and neutral toned quilt. Like it's all black and white neutrals. I think there's a little bit of beige in there. It was so pretty. I love it when I get to work on fun things. Cleaning up my mess. Cleaning up my mess. Being good. This is, oh. Nope, nope, we're not keeping it. Nope, nope, nope. I think that the fabric requirements are a little high, so I'm glad I didn't like hit it yet. Excuse me. This is the real life show where you get the hiccups and the sneezes and the coughs and the whole 9 yards. Apparently, that's the season. You bought a book at Ollie's? I have to bring it in so we can see what you've got yourself into. Oh. We'll see. We'll see what you got. They're paper piecing. Probably FPP, not EPP. FPP, foundation paper piecing. EPP is English paper piecing. Which is done by hand, which a lot of people don't like. They don't like to sew by hand. I need some Instant Pot recipes that I can do at work. Like super simple. So I can do like throw the lunch in and can just have lunch, a hot lunch at the shop. So if anybody has any really great Instant Pot recipes, I am down for that. And would greatly appreciate any shares. White, blue, red. White, blue, red. White, blue, red, white. Okay. Making sure, just making sure, because it would be really sad to mess up already, or at this point, because we're almost done. Good. Good, good, good. Put it in your sewing bag now. Then you'll have it. So when I wash this, I'm going to definitely remember to put in my color catchers, because this red is so red and this white is so white. We got these bolts of fabric in and the salvages are already dyed. Like, that is crazy. And I was kind of like, that's scary. If the salvage is like it's bled into the salvage. Maybe it wasn't ever really white. It's the only thing I can think of. So if you're just stopping by, we're doing the Quilt As You Go table runner with, it's called Venice Table Runner. They're on our website. I tried to put it in the Facebook, like the products that were going on right now, but for some reason that particular product didn't come up. Although there was lots of other ones. Apparently you can shop there. I've never done that, so we're going to have to try and figure out that. It is the Serger month, and it's ending soon. Like, we only have 10 days left, 9 days left in Serger month. So if you've been thinking about a serger, you should come in and chat with me, because the prices on them right now are amazing. We also have some great class this Saturday on sergers. We're going to do a bag. And we picked out fabric for it last night, which is going to be really fun. Make all your soups in the Instant Pot. Yeah, but I want like something that I would want to eat over like one, so I don't forget to eat. It's going to be yummy enough that the smell says, oh, it's time to eat. Let's go have our lunch. Too easy because, you know, it's work. And soup, especially now, like that's maybe in the fall we could do soup again. Especially on Mondays, because I'm there for almost 3 meals. Especially if I take my breakfast with me. I think I forgot to eat breakfast this morning. That's why I'm stuck on food tonight. Only a couple more and then we're done. These are so fun. Oh, blue, red, white, blue. Oh, okay. We need another one. Bills. We got bills. Quilt as you go, and we're almost done. Why did I turn this? That was silly. This is why I checked my 1/4 inch in the beginning, so I didn't have to turn it. Now I'm turning it again. That's silly. Of course, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of the great thing about this kind of project. Doesn't really matter. As long as you're consistent, it will look fine. From there to the next one. We got this braid foundation paper piece paper on a roll today. So I can't wait to play with that. It's like, do you remember Fangles? Is that still a thing? I don't know if that's still a thing. Sandy sold me a bunch of those, and I was like, yeah, these aren't for me. But the braid is kind of cool. Okay, look at that. It's so fun. Oh, I need to trim my back. I did use a light gray or a light blue on the thing, but it's much darker than, or much more white than I thought it would be on the back, but that's okay. Okay. Almost. Tuesday is the last Quilt As You Go class. If you haven't done any of them, but you'd like to come in, you can come in for the price of the project. And I think that one is $22. And then you'll have the option to buy any of the other projects that we've worked on. So if you are interested and are available next Tuesday, you're welcome to come hang out with us. We've made some pretty fun things. And I used up some scraps. Some of them used up scraps. Some of them bought fresh fabric because they wanted to. Oh no! Look at, I didn't pay attention. We put the bills on upside down. We have to get it out. This is my favorite seam ripper, and I cannot find them to bring into the shop. Did you see how quick I just tore that seam out? What? Done. My favorite seam ripper. This is by Metal Goose. This is by the company that does the scissors that we have, the electric scissors that we have in the shop. Amazing. It's my favorite now because the other one broke by falling off my table because it just rolls. And this one has this little goose. Look, it's a little goose. And so, like, when I hold it, you can hold it this way. It's just really nice because you can use the rest of your hand. But it's super sharp. But not so sharp that it cut my fabric because I just did that in like 2 seconds. Seam rip that bad boy. Oh, you have it on your bed? That was so sweet. I did buy those bangles when Sandy did them. I'm gonna admit I didn't finish. I did not finish. I didn't. I was like, no, that's just not going to work out. So, well, not a good choice. Not for me. But I think maybe it helped introduce me to paper piecing and that I love it. I don't know. There's so many cool things you can do with paper piecing. Blue, red, going to red. Red doesn't matter which direction is. Woot, woot. That's so pretty. You know why? I don't have to unsew. And I have unsewed enough on this project. Red. This is the right color. Just check in, just check in. It's pretty. That works like a hot knife through butter. Oh. Hot knife through butter. That's a great seam ripper, Lori. That is a great one. That's like this one. She just went right through that like nobody. Uh-oh. I even picked up my bobbins before. My little bobbin tray is full, she says. We just sent bobbins everywhere. Everywhere. Just kidding. Dun, dun, dun. Look at that. We only have 1, 2, 3 more braids, and then we are done with that, and we can put the sides on and be done. And all in all, it'll take us about 2 hours. Maybe 3 if you don't know what you're doing. This is my second one, so let's not be unrealistic. We're almost done. Love it when projects come together. You know what I want to try? I want to try sewing the chenille blooming bias tape on with the long arm. I think that could be awesome. Wonder if I would glue it down first. I don't like to use glue with my long arm because then she gets cranky. But I'm doing, the next quilt top is one of the new ones that are the fabric that we got with the animals. And I just keep thinking I really just want to quilt it with the chenille down the middle to make it look like there's blocks. That would be really fun. I need a little press on this purple. A little press. No, it's just not laying as flat as I'd like it to. Okay. So far, we got a little bit left. 1, 2, 2.5 stripes, and then we're done. I was working with a lady today to fix her long arm. This one is a machine that it's kept in a sunroom, like the front room or something, and you don't realize how much the sun can do to things. And then right afterwards, I saw this post of a Lego that had been left in the sun, and the white had yellowed, and not evenly, which is kind of wild. And So it's just a reminder of how much sun can do to things, because I was thinking how much I love it when the sun shines through my window in here, and then I get nervous because, you know, sometimes that's not a good thing. Which is probably why I sew less in the summertime, because we don't get enough sun as it is, and then we're going to go outside and be outside. So that's when I English paper piece, because I can do that on the deck, or crochet. So I really have a couple of English paper piecing projects that need to get done. My Queen of Diamonds that's over there. I see these women and they are crazy fast. Way more dedicated than I am. My favorite part of quilting is designing the project. The doing part is not my favorite part. Somebody should just hire me to design the projects. Wouldn't that be great? I could just design them. What is your favorite part of quilting? What's your favorite part? I do like it when the people I give things to like what they're getting. That's always fun. But I never feel like it's like as much as it should be. Oh my goodness. Okay. Look at that. Guys, we're almost done. Now I gotta finish. Wait, this is the last one. Look, I did it perfect. This is perfect. Because blue, wait. I started with white and then the Bill's fabric, and now I'm going to almost make it end with the Bill's fabric, but the Bill's will be the last full, and then red and a little bitty white. That was almost perfect. As perfect as it could get in this design, honestly. That's okay. That's okay. We're almost done. We're almost done. An hour, almost done. So about 2 hours. Maybe. I don't even think it's going to take us that long. I might have to stay here and finish this just so that I can see how long it takes. Because, yeah. Does anybody get to go to Paducah to see Tula Pink's new art exhibit at the museum? I wish I could have gone today because she was there and she was giving tours or something, I think. But maybe. Last year, Emily and I went to the AQS show in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and we saw a quilt that was just amazing. It was thread painting. It was pretty fast, Joy. The thread painting class, or the thread painting of this quilt was of the redwood forest, and it was my absolute, like, I think I would never attempt it because I am not a painter and I would never attempt it. But I think out of all of the quilts that I have seen, including Tula Pink, I love you to pieces, but this was the most amazing quilt I've ever seen. Probably for a whole different thing. Like, you know, it was just amazing. It was thread painted redwood forest, and the quilt was a bed-sized quilt. It was, oh, it was just gorgeous. Whoever did that is a true artist, because how do you see that in your head? I don't see that in my head. Not that kind. I see different things. Maybe I just haven't given myself enough free rein with fabric and playing around with stuff. I have never really gotten the hang of free motion quilting on my domestic machine. I've tried it, not a fan. Actually tore out a whole thing. Lisa, bless your little heart, helped because I started to quilt it and it was just not, it wasn't working. It was not working. And I didn't feel it and it wasn't moving right. I unsewed it for like, Lisa unsewed it for an evening and I unsewed it for a day. And then I loaded it on the long arm and I was done in like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's crazy. It's not my thing, I guess. Look at that. 1 hour and we did the whole braid. Oh, we're over by a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. 1 hour and we did the whole braid. I did squirrel a little bit, so if we count my squirrels, maybe we did finish it in an hour. And I definitely have too much fabric. Look at all this fabric I have left. And I have this strip. I don't think we need as much fabric as it said. So I think that the kits that I can make up out of this are going to be less than I thought because we don't need as much fabric as we thought we did. Okay, look at that. We are almost done. We have 2 seams left on the braid and then 6 seams and then binding it and we're done. That's awesome. If I did it again, I would have picked a darker bobbin thread because I'm not stitching on the top, so it really wouldn't have mattered on here. You won't really see your stitching, so I would have picked a darker bobbin thread. So if you're going to do this, free motion quilting, free motion, Elna, really? I cannot get the hang of it, Wendy, and I did one part, you did horrible. Well, Lori, it does take practice. I know my first time free motioning on a long arm, I didn't love it, but I also get migraines, so until I found the gloves, to me, free motioning was not an option. It really wasn't. It was just too much. It hurt my shoulders, the tension, and then I'd end up with a migraine, which is never good. Okay, now we need a little bitty white piece. Nope, that one's not big enough, but this one is that I tried to throw away. Bad, bad, bad. And then we're done with the braid. I mean, mostly people put the jazz on a cutie frame. And they use that on the cutie frame from Grace Company or Handy Quilter, or I think that's right. And that's great. I prefer my long one. Do you custom do it, Wendy? Do you do any customing, or do you just like swirl around, or do you straight stitch, or do you have a pattern? Or do you just whatever floats your boat at the time? Okay, so when you're done with all this, because I trimmed as I went, I don't have to trim down the side, which is great. So I'm going to put white down the side. I'm going to iron it really quick, and then I'll show you. Okay. Do I want white here? Do I want to do red, blue, and white? What do we think? Do we like the white or the red first? Red or white? Red or white? White. White. White, white, white. Okay, here we go. White. Oh, no, 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 you don't. No, no. She's trying to tell me we are out of bobbin thread. Listen. Listen. No. Do you talk to your machine? Red? You like the red? I'm sorry, Wendy. I saw the other. And I don't even have a bobbin wound. How much thread do you think is in there? She thinks there's none. If I get all the way to the end, I'm going to be so upset. I mean, I'm not. I'll be happy, but really? Come on. We're almost there. Now we're playing bobbin chicken. Stop. We're almost there. Look, we have like a foot left. We could do it. No. Stop it. Now we have like this much. You can do it. Oh, I think we stopped. Oh, yep. We ran out. We were like, oh, we were so close. We ran out back here. We had this much left. Lame. All right, clean up my mess. I love this machine because it's so great. Find your bobbin, you put it on here, and you push a button. So great. Oh, I locked the screen. Ah! Don't freak out. I locked the screen. White, white. I did the white. Good. I thought you said red. I was like, oh my gosh. You can drive the fabric. Interesting. I can't drive the fabric. I can drive the machine. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm good at it. I'm good at it. And I like the computer portion of it, to be honest. All right, that really wasn't that long of a delay. Back at it, girls. Back at it. Okay. Look at that. I hit the wrong button. Look at that. Oh. That looks cool. I like it. That looks sharp. It is 9:15, so I'm gonna go to bed because I got to the shop at 7:30 this morning. And so actually I was there by 7. Because I was like, I have to go find this box that I think is there, and I found it. So we'll finish this tomorrow and we'll get it posted for you to see. It's gonna be super cool. Look at, I love it. I love the white. I love it. I will post it when we're done. It'll be up in the shop, and we'll have kits if you want one. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Next week, I think we're gonna do some hand sewing with our little embroidery stitching book. So stop by and say hi. Have a great night, guys.